Thanks, Larry. Hope you guys have a great race down there. The field coming to get the green this time. Slowly through turn 4. This race will be seen in over 75 countries. Glad you're along for the ride. Dave Blaney taking them to the green flag, and they're racing in New Hampshire on TNT. Wow, that was close. Blaney got it. 5 bonus points for Dave.
You know, but it's almost the same thing we saw yesterday in the Busch race. That outside line can hang with that inside line. And this is one of the few times we've been up here where those guys kind of, the outside line was a threat on you on restarts.
Reed Sorensen in that 41 car on board with Earnhardt Jr.
It's a ton better. And I'm amazed so far that the outside line is the line that's going. That's like saying the outside line at Martinsville works. The outside line at Martinsville, here we go 3 wide. Here we're going to test it.
Oh, we got somebody in the wall.
It's Ward Burton smoking. Staying under green for now.
Yeah, that's coming out the pipes.
Now the yellow is out. First caution of the race. Pace car will head to pit road. Blaney, Kurt Busch, Reed Sorensen, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Johnny Sauter, the top 5. Then it's Jeff Gordon, Juan Pablo Montoya, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., and Ryan Newman.
Oh, boy, Blaney shut the door on Kurt Busch.
I mean, shut it.
I don't think Kurt appreciated that a whole lot
I don't think so either. It looked like there was no daylight between those cars when they started off into turn 1.
Reed Sorensen thinking about making the move to the inside. Junior definitely thinking about it.
You know, I haven't really heard many of these guys talking, Kyle, about the aero loose on these things. You can't get a guy as loose as you used to with that rear wing on these cars now, can you, getting in the corner?
No, you don't get them as loose. When you're tucked up under somebody, you don't even feel them back there like you used to. Or when you're side by side. You know how we talk about going side by side into the corner and making the inside car kind of turn around? We've not run anywhere with these cars that's fast enough speed-wise to create that suction that kind of pulls you around. Here we are on the restart here, and you see how close. Right there, he almost looks like he has position. Let me tell you, it's a lot closer than that. Well, I don't care what the camera shows.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure he didn't even lay the bumper to him there just a little bit.
But we've not run anywhere where we've run the speeds getting into the corner anywhere where you feel where the car kind of takes the wind off it. And I don't know if it's because a wing versus a spoiler, or if these cars are so much flatter down the side that the side forces are different. It's really hard to tell until we start running some of the speedways.
There's Truex Jr. And back up front, Jeff Gordon right on the bumper of Blaney, now on his side. And Jeff Gordon takes the lead.
I'm going to tell you something. If you're the rest of the field, you don't want to see that right now. Because he has absolutely just methodically, one by one, just come up through there. And he is a ton faster, not only through the center right now. And that's where Blaney was really good yesterday, was right through the center. He is hooked up when he gets that thing pointed straight. Like Wally said yesterday, you want to get these cars where they run straight up off the corner. And you saw Jeff be able to pull out on the 22 just because he had a straight run at him.
Marty?
Raz Gordon's obviously been very fast, as we talked about in the middle part of this run. But one thing they were a little worried about, they thought that the sun, when it came out, might hurt their setup a little bit. They tuned for the clouds. Remember, Jeff Burton in our All-State Countdown to Green mentioned that. He said, you know what will hurt the teams the most if it's sunny then cloudy. Sunny then cloudy. Gordon would rather have the clouds out today.
This is the 25th race for the Nextel Cup Series here at New Hampshire. Jeff Gordon has led in 17 of them. And there is Dave Blaney, the pole sitter on pit road, and Matt Yoakum is there.
Bill, his car, he says, has gone completely bad. So bad, he said, it is so tight, I don't know if we're going to be able to fix it. They're going to make a significant track bar adjustment. 22 Caterpillar Toyota trying to complete the sweep of winning the first pole for Toyota, and its first win. He's away.
Now Jeff Gordon has made his move to pit road as well. There you see Casey Kane. There's Gordon in the 24. Started 8th. He's headed for Marty.
Well, Bill, Jeff Gordon was actually supposed to pit last lap, but missed pit road, was able to make it back around with no problems. He said the car started out loose on the run, back in not having enough grip, and it never really got any better. What they did, one round down the track bar, trying to tighten up that car just a little bit, 4 tires, and a pretty quick stop for the 24 team as well.
There's Matt Kenseth on pit road getting service to his machine. Check with Matt.
Blowing a lot of brake dust out of that left front on Harvick. No forward bite. He says it is just terrible up off. There's a little bit of debris on the left front corner brake duct area. They didn't get that off. To Lindsey Zarniak.
Matt, Dale Earnhardt Jr. just pulled in, and man, is he happy. We talked about all the problems they had before, but he said the longer they run, the better his car gets. They're going to give him 4 tires, fuel, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. is gone. Ralph.
Tony Stewart just completed his pit stop. He wanted an air pressure adjustment on that car. He wanted to go up on that air pressure to work on the forward bite, Bill. Matt?
Jimmy Johnson's service already complete for Ron Malik and Lance McGrew and company. They were going to go for a spring rubber, decided against that. Jimmy says the car is just way edgy, loose. And the 12 of Ryan Newman. These guys have really come together over the past month and a half. Newman was concerned. He says the first corner, first lap, he went to hit the brakes and the rotors were warped, hoping that would go away with a lot of heat on those brakes. He said the car a little too tight in the center of the corner, but not bad. Marty?
Meanwhile, his teammate Kurt Busch started second, stayed in the top 5 for that entire run. He said middle of the corner off, he needs to be able to stand on the gas a little bit more, a little too loose for him. It'll be 4 tires, down 1 round on the track bar, trying to get a little more grip in the middle of the corners. Matt?
And Denny Hamlin has just about done it all except score a victory in the car of tomorrow races. He has dominated so many times, especially on the flat mile Phoenix. An air pressure adjustment says the car was hopping in the center of the corner. That's the area, Ralph, he needed help most.
Take a deep breath and visualize was the last word the crew heard as they went over the wall. They're going to make just minimal air pressure adjustments for Carl Edwards. They are very happy with this race car. Why shouldn't they be? They charged from 22nd to the lead before heading down pit road. Service is done and away he goes. Lindsey.
Speeding penalty for Biffle, also for John Andretti in the 45, David Gilliland in the 38, and Joe Nemechek in the 13. All too fast on pit road. That green flag round of pit stops started with 66 laps completed. 74 are now done, and Earnhardt Jr. leads at New Hampshire. On board with Earnhardt.
The Junior's gotten a little bit of traffic here, which has let Jeff Gordon and Kurt Busch gain some ground on him. He needs to kind of really try to, not force the issue, but he's got to get past these guys as fast as he can, because these guys behind him are catching him.
It's just...
Caution is out for debris in turn 3. And we have heard a report from pit road that David Rudiman is running on 7 cylinders, and the possibility the debris came off of the car of Jeremy Mayfield, which is on pit road.
It's going to be interesting to see how they, for me, I'm just going to say it, it's going to be interesting to see how they fix the front of this 36. This is something we've talked about all year long, about the splitters falling off in the front ends. How are we going to tape these things up? You saw them trying to stretch a bungee cord across.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the way we held tailpipes on 20 years ago,
right.
with bungee cords, or you held it in gear when we had trouble with it popping out of gear. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works when we get out on the racetrack.
I think he just said it.
Yes.
It ain't going to work.
Sterling Marlin is the lucky dog. He will come around and be the 28th car on the lead lap.
You can see the brackets, the center bracket and the one to the left has been broken. And that won't last. I mean, there's a lot of force on that bottom piece right there. So
Go ahead and go.
The other thing you can see on here The other thing is right in the middle, you can see how thin it is, like it really has been hitting hard on the racetrack. I really thought we'd see that at Sonoma last week, but we didn't see a lot of it.
The way they've got that, he's going to have lift in the front of that car now. That ain't going to help him.
That's not going to help.
Marty.
Jeff Gordon hits pit road running second. I can tell you Jeff Mandering had to make this call last second because he talked about a track bar adjustment. Jeff Gordon waved that off last second, wanted an air pressure adjustment, wants to roll the center like he used to. They'll take 4, Mini will take 2 here. Lindsay?
Marty Dale Earnhardt Jr. wants to make sure to take good care of that track position. They brought him in, gave him 4 tires. He says his brakes are warped up a bit, but right now they think they took care of it, Matt.
Lindsay, 2-tire change for Jimmy Johnson in the 48 machine. They also made a slight track bar adjustment, just trying to improve the balance, both a little tight and loose. Ralph?
At the 99 of Carl Edwards, just a little bit snug. He's been running in 7th place. They made a small air pressure adjustment as they changed 4 tires of fuel. He's good to go, Bill.
This is where that track position starts coming to play, Kyle, because if you're 8th or 9th, you're starting 18th or 19th because of these cars down on the bottom. A lot of guys got put a lap down on that last run.
And you know, we saw this in the Busch race. 2 tires really weren't that great on the get-go, but after about 8 or 10 laps, it kind of leveled out. The point was, once again, there's only 2 cars up front that took 2 tires. You'd rather it be like 10 or 15, so you've got plenty of cushion. But those guys on new tires, they'll be a little bit better to begin with, but they will equal out after about 10 or 15 laps.
We can't sneak in our pit summary, brought to you by NASCAR Hot Pass, only on DirecTV. Earnhardt and Gordon, 4 tires each. Let's get an update on Kurt Busch from Marty.
Well, guys, talked to Pat Tryin this morning as Dale Earnhardt Jr. goes around Jimmy Johnson on the racetrack for the 2nd position. Tryin, of course, the crew chief for Kurt Busch, who now has the lead. He said, you know, and many other crew chiefs said as well, they felt like track position was more important than tires. You're exactly right, Kyle. They're willing to sacrifice those first 8 or 10 laps in order to run fast at the end of the run and have that track position.
Dave Blaney started on the pole. He's currently 26th in the running order. Told from pit road that his car is extremely tight. Blaney started off so strong, too. He's fallen through the field. You see Kurt Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jimmy Johnson runs 3rd. Gordon's in 4th.
But we talk about track position, and this is a good example right here. You see how far ahead the 2 and the 48 are. They're half a straightaway ahead of the 1 and the 12, those guys. Those guys, by the time they catch up to the 2 and you know, to the 2 and the 48, their tires are going to be almost equal, even though their tires have a few more. So that's why when you talk about track position, it just gives you an opportunity to run on clean track and get away from those guys.
How about that 17 car, Ralph?
Well, he took just 2 tires of fuel. That helped gain him a lot of track position. And I spoke with Robbie Reiser earlier this morning about the setup on this car. He said, you know, we were dead stinking last on the speed chart when we got here Friday morning. He goes, I've thrown more stuff at this than ever before. They just keep working at it.
Junior working for the lead, and he's got it around Kurt Busch. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. reassumes the lead here in New Hampshire.
And I think Junior probably knew a little bit what Kyle was talking about. If he was going to have to get this thing done before those tires started to equal out. So he was in a hurry to get by Kurt Busch and the 48 car, Jimmy Johnson.
We're under caution here in New Hampshire. The caution was for debris in turn 4. The leaders have already been on and off of pit road. Some took fuel only, some just 2 tires. There were some 4 tire stops as well. Let's get you up to date, starting with Matt Yoakum.
And Bill, the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, Lance McGrew said, hey, what do you think about fuel only? He says, whatever you want to do. That's exactly what they did. They took fuel only. Meanwhile, the 12 of Newman and the 5 of Busch, right side tires to Lindsay.
Thanks, Matt. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was down on pit road. He said his car's not quite as good as it was before. They gave him 2 right side tires, also brushed a bit so they could make sure there wasn't anything in the brake ducts. To Marty.
Don't you love it when the strategy is all over the map for Jeff Gordon back there in the 24 car. He came out of pit road and down pit road, took on 2 tires in that 24 car and up on the track bar for Jeff Gordon. They wanted to get the track bar back to where it was at the beginning of the race where they were very fast. Ralph?
So Ryan Newman back in the 27th position on the restart. So that's fuel only for the 48, huh?
Yeah, fuel only. Oh, Junior takes a look, and you see the 48 is spinning the tires, getting off the corner, just enough for Earnhardt to get on the inside. And, well, I don't know if Jimmy Johnson's going to be able to hold him off.
Earnhardt took 2 tires. Kyle Busch runs in the 3rd spot. Side by side for the lead, Matt.
And Bill, this is where the patience of the defending series champion is going to have to come in, because basically his biggest complaint before the stop, which they didn't make any tire changes, was the fact that he needed help on exit. Forward bite was his biggest complaint.
You see Earnhardt got it a little bit sideways, just like Jimmy Johnson did over in turn 2. It was just enough for Jimmy Johnson to clear him.
And what we have here, you've got one car up front that didn't change any tires. You've got one car right behind him that changed 2 tires. And you say, well, why can't that guy just drive around him? He's got 2 tires that are better. The main reason is the right side pressures are down. So the car's balanced wrong right now as far as he's concerned. The car's a little bit sloppy on the right side. Car may push up, snap loose on him, whatever. So he's got to wait for those pressures to come up to really be able to take advantage of the right side tires.
Kyle Busch isn't waiting. Around Junior, and now sets out after his teammate, Jimmy Johnson. And Kyle Busch is going home to Las Vegas this coming week. Going to race, I think, on the dirt track out there on Tuesday night. Part of a big show they've got planned. So Kyle Busch heading back to Vegas this week. Junior trying to come back.
Earnhardt doesn't want to do too much damage to that 5 car.
No, I don't think Kyle wants to give him any room this year or next year. Let's just go ahead and say it, put it that way.
Kyle Busch, of course, leaving Hendrick Motorsports at the end of this season. Dale Earnhardt Jr. going there. Oh, we thought we had some radio there. Marty, were you listening to that conversation?
Yes, Bill, I was. I will summarize, if you will. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. And what happened was, on the radio, he said, when the jack drops down, that's my signal to go. Don't tell me to go, because I think go means whoa. So Jeff started to go, then stopped, and then went once he realized nobody was in his way and there was no problem. So that's the communication they've got down the 24 pit. The jack from now on will mean that's my signal for Jeff Gordon to leave pit road.
You're just all over it, aren't you, Marty?
I try to be, Weber. I try to be.
Good job there, Marty. But we talked about that in pre-race and in some of the pre-race shows. What's it like to have a new crew chief? What's it like to communicate with somebody you're not used to communicating with? Obviously, Steve never says anything. Go, whoa, no, they all sound the same, man. I don't care. And when somebody's screaming that in your ear and you're used to absolutely nothing when you leave the pits, because your signal is when it drops, then it changes the way you do things. So Jeff's saying, take me back to where I was. Don't say anything.
And there's Denny. And he's got some damage on that race car.
He's got clobbered somewhere along the line. I mean, it doesn't look bad right there, but if we get a shot when he's coming right at us, that thing is crushed, Kyle.
Yeah, that's what I said. And look from the behind here. The left side tail light is driven all the way over, about 4 or 5 inches. He's very fortunate that it didn't get into the filler neck, but at some point in time, and I don't know when following the race here, we didn't see it. He's got together with somebody pretty hard, either on the racetrack or leaving pit road.
Okay. We're told we don't have a great look, but let's see what we can see here.
Oh, Montoya going to slide up the racetrack, I bet. We talked about 3 wide doesn't work here.
You didn't have any damage when that started. Oh. He's got some there. Matt, you knew that all along, didn't you?
Bill, that was back on lap 106, and the team was concerned about a possible tire rub, but they have run a number of laps. Everything is okay, but like KP and Wally said, there is a considerable pushed-in effect on that left rear quarter panel. Good shot of it right there.
And there's that cushion in the door panel now.
Yeah, and those doors, because of the impact material that NASCAR mandates for the COT to make the cars safer for the driver, it's a lot stiffer than it used to be. Doors don't just cave in.
This should be interesting in traffic right now, and it looks like they're going to put the pole sitter down a lap. That's Dave Blaney right in front of Kyle Busch.
You heard that right there. He didn't get on the gas until he was almost on the straightaway.
Yeah, he's got some rear grip issues right there, especially forward bite, it sounds like, in the 8 car. Listen to the throttle.
You see
yeah, he's going full throttle really late around the corner.
Really, really late.
Our Pepsi pit command. See the speed and the RPMs. That's first and second going around the pole sitter, Dave Blaney. Blaney back in the 27th position.
But Junior's car rolls in really good. It rolls into the center. Just doesn't seem like he get that little bit of turn right through the center where the car's turning up where he can really match the gas coming straight off.
Now he's got the whole racetrack. He may be able to use it.
Yeah. And he's got the lead. Running up on more lap traffic, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. back to the point here in New Hampshire. 182 laps complete. You're watching NASCAR on TNT. There's some fun racing going on here at New Hampshire right now. Carl Edwards has worked his way to second behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. And these two, Jimmy Johnson and Denny Hamlin, have been side by side for several laps.
And it's funny, Kyle, Jimmy Johnson let a lot of other guys go. He's racing the 11 car hard. We talked about, you know, being off on tires, but all of a sudden now he's getting pretty aggressive.
Well, one thing you hear people say is, hey, I'm going to race you as hard as you race me. I think we saw the 11 kind of get up into the 48 a little bit right here. As he comes up off the corner, the 11 eases up into him a little bit a couple of times, bumps him in the back a couple of times like, I'm here, get out of my way. 48's not going to let you by when you're doing that. I don't care who you are. The guy in front of you, when you start roughing him up, he's going to rough you up back. That's just the way it is. If you're going to dish, you got to take.
Wow.
Tough, man. That's the way it is out there. You see guys, you're running, you see guys, you come up on them, they pull over and let you go. When they come up on you later, you'll pull over and let them go.
We saw last week when Montoya got into the 48. 48 drove right back into Montoya. It's just like, no, this.
We don't do it that way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's the way it is. And you remember that. You know, you not only remember that this race, you remember that 10 races
forever.
down, 10 races down the road here. Yeah.
This is for the lead, Earnhardt Jr. and Carl Edwards. This is back in the 8th position. Jimmy Johnson has it. Jeff Burton trying to take it away. Hamlin has raced his way to 7th. Been under green a long time. The leaders starting to trickle on to pit road. Jeff Gordon is there, headed for you, Marty.
Well, the first of the lead lap cars to hit pit road, Bill, and Jeff just says I have to wait way too long on the gas in the middle of the corner. I need the car to have a little bit more security. They put a rounded wedge into the right side for Jeff Gordon. It'll be 4 tires and another quick stop. And no, they will not say go, go, go. It's just the jack that Jeff Gordon cues on to leave pit road.
For the lead, Carl Edwards and Earnhardt Jr.
Man. Well, I'll tell you what, Carl Edwards was sliding up the racetrack right there towards the 8 car.
Yeah, Junior waving out the window. He might be coming to pit road.
Yeah, I believe he's going to hit pit lane this time. This time by.
Marty.
Martin Truex Jr. already leaving pit road, Bill, with a very good stop. They've had some good stops here on the 1 car today. He was running 3rd, half a pound on the left side tires, just a little bit tight for Truex. Lindsay?
Marty, thanks. Dale Earnhardt Jr. slowly making his way down pit road. The plan the whole time was to bring him in roughly lap 194, so they are in. They're not going to give him a lot of changes. They did take 2 tires on the last stop. Because of that, this time they will give Dale Earnhardt Jr. 4. He says he's still very, very pleased with his car. Had been a little bit tight, but they felt like they rectified that problem, and he's someone to be reckoned with today.
So Earnhardt leaving pit road, the 99 coming to pit road. Ralph?
That he is. He's still a little snug in the center, a little loose off. They're going to make a slight adjustments to some air pressure for him. He's going to stay down around 4,900 RPMs in 2nd gear. They lowered that a little bit just because they want to make sure they don't get a pit road speed penalty. Problem with the jack on the 99.
Yep.
This could cost them big. Tony Stewart, you see, goes by. They're having big troubles here on the 99 pit stop. This is the only hiccup they've had all day long.
They still don't have the car high enough.
Still
you see
can't
the
get it high enough.
left front tire cannot get on the car. That just took him right out of the race right there.
Right there.
Lengthy stop for Carl Edwards under the green. 47 seconds for Carl. Kurt Busch, Marty.
Critical stop for Kurt Busch and his guys. As you mentioned, Bill, they had a problem on their last stop. So far, clean on the right side. Kurt says the car just snaps loose on the exit of the corner, and it never really catches itself. 4 tires for Kurt Busch leaving pit road. Matt.
Marty, there is an issue on the right front. A crew member is going back over to the right front side of Kevin Harvick's car to hit a lug nut. Meanwhile, the 48 and the 5 have all pitted. Jimmy Johnson, they went down in the track bar to try to tighten him up. Harvick needed an air pressure adjustment. He was still plowing.
Just past lap 200 here in New Hampshire, and we are under the caution after a crash by Joe Nemechek. And watch this.
Great shot from Stremmy's car. The right rear wheel just leaves Joe Nemechek's car.
Watch that tire.
Yeah, watch it. This is where it gets scary.
Oh.
Right? I mean, if you hit that thing in a car.
Or if it goes over that catch fence, a great catch fence. You gotta applaud this facility for having the catch fence as high as they do.
This is Kurt Busch.
That's
Watch
the tire
this.
bouncing.
Watch how high this thing goes. Almost climbs over the fence.
So that's Jeff Green that just missed it right there.
Yeah, it was 47 seconds worth of efficiency right there.
Yeah,
So
I'm
there's
not
no
sure
way.
I'm gonna agree with that one.
I'm gonna have to
either.
disagree with that. Somebody's gonna have to relook at that.
You get 4 or 5 guys to lift on that window, you can get that jack back under there, and then both tire changers can change the tire at the same time. Not going to be a 47 or 48 second pit stop.
At least you get something under there to leverage the car up to get the jack under it.
Yeah.
And the guy came across the wall with that piece of equipment. They just didn't give him an opportunity to use it.
Carl Edwards will race pretty hard here to try and get his lap back in that 99 car. Martin Truex Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Jr. battling for first. Then Kyle Busch in the 5. Edwards in that 99, 1 lap down.
A little slip on Truex. That's all Earnhardt Jr. needed. He just spun the tires that little bit. Side by side getting in. Oh, now Junior gets sideways. And that's what Truex needed.
Marty.
The applause goes up in the 1 pit. This is exactly what they needed and wanted, Wally. They wanted to lead a lap, wanted to get those 5 bonus points, and they were going to, in fact, ask Dale Earnhardt Jr. if he would let him by. They decided not to. Martin, as he crosses the line, said, hey, we finally led a lap today.
Well, they earned it. That's for sure.
Gordon trying to close in on Earnhardt. Tony Stewart right there.
Matt Kenseth has 9 top 10s here at this racetrack. It's the best record among active drivers. He's working on another one right now, running in the 8th position. Air pressure adjustments seem to be the key for the number 17. That's what's gotten him to the position he's at right now. Matt.
Kevin Harvick led 166 laps yesterday, trying to pull off the sweep right now, just inside the top 10, back in 9th. His car has been tight all day. Just hasn't been able to get it to roll through the center. Caution on the speedway.
And Carl Edwards is the happiest driver in New Hampshire right now because he's in 26. He's going to be the lucky dog, and he has been the fastest car on the racetrack about the last 10 laps.
Debris bringing out the caution. And there's the unhappiest man in New Hampshire, Martin Truex Jr.
How do you come in now?
Can't make any mistakes. Here they come. Marty?
Jeff Gordon told his guys, you got to make a good stop here. Martin Truex Jr. leads them on pit road. Gordon will hit his pit stall first, though. He reminded the crew, this is a short run. You've got to tighten me up a little bit. They're going to do that with track bar and also air pressure on the 24. Martin Truex Jr., the leader, he said, guys, it's just a little bit too tight. Already around the left side for Truex. Quarter pound on the left side tires for Truex. And a great stop for the 1 team, Lindsay.
Marty, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is pitting 13 laps before they planned to. Remember, Junior's problem was the left front chattering. They did make that air pressure adjustment and hoping of correcting that. 4 tires and fuel, Matt.
Track position is everything. Denny Hamlin's team, they went with 2 tires. Small chassis adjustment. They told him, just go on the crew chief, Mike Ford. What a great stop by these guys.
Now they've got 43 laps to go. I'd be curious to see if they made any adjustments for the short run. He is right on the ones bumper right now.
Tony Stewart restarts 19th. He had a problem getting into his pit stall, is the report from pit road.
When I looked down the window, it looked like he saw it at the last minute. I mean, just turned hard left and nosed it in. That's what it looked like from up here. Car Reed Sorensen, he is 1 lap down, but he's in between Hamlin and Truex right now. And we have a problem in 3.
Couple
David
of cars.
Stremme,
Bobby
Bobby
Labonte.
Labonte. Yeah.
I also want to point out that Jeff Green restarted in the top 5. Currently a 2-tire stop for Green that got him up there.
Here you go. Stay caught up here. We fix it.
That'd be debris.
That would be more debris. Oof. He can fix it, but
On board with Stremme.
David is going to get run into. Yep.
What's he working about?
Wow.
I think that was just guys checking up, and
Yeah,
some guys didn't check up fast enough.
That's hard to say. He's already sideways in that shot. But it's hard to say who hit who. There's Carl just barely getting through it.
Reed Sorensen is the lucky dog. 38 to go.
Whoa! Hang on.
David Gilliland in the 38 car, the first car a lap down. Again on the recent pit stops, the 11 of Hamlin took just right side tires. Truex Jr. and Gordon took 4 tires, 3 wide back there. There you see Jeff Green. He did take right side tires only on that last pit stop. Picked up about 9 spots on pit road by doing that.
We're going to get into the shoving a little bit right now, Kyle.
It's time. It's time for them to go. You know, these guys are going to go right now. And it's aggravating. If you're in a lead lap car and you've got lap cars up there racing you that hard, you know, the 22 car is a lap down. And, you know, I know Jeff's just gritting his teeth up on the steering wheel because there he is racing. But at the same time, the 22's racing for position in this race also.
Here comes Harvick in the 29. Seventh, 8th, and 9th right there. Green's got the 6th position.
Like we were talking earlier, he needs the whole racetrack to be able to let that car run free. He's pinching it off, which is killing horsepower, which is killing his drive up off the corner. And all the one car has to do is let it roll free. But the one's driving, you know, he's trying to make time, but he's halfway driving defensively right now.
All right, now we may see it. Oh, wow, that's very. I thought Gordon was going to really outbrake him that time.
I think Jeff tried to back off that time to get a better run up off the corner.
Here a little bit. He's got his nose there.
All right, now we'll see if he can
Staying with you, staying even.
dive it down in there. And
Need to finish. Need to finish.
I think Gordon's got him here.
Gordon to 2nd with 6 to
Cool
go.
it off. You got 6 to go. 6 to go.
Now he sets out after Denny Hamlin in that 11 car just in front of him.
And I think he needed to get it done by then. Another 2 laps, Kyle, I don't think he could have run Denny Hamlin down. So we'll see on this lap now that both guys have clean air in front of them. Boy, and Gordon made a lot of ground right there on that 11 car getting into turn 3.
That was really good, smart driving by Jeff Gordon there. He knew he couldn't dive in the corner and beat him, so he backed off getting in 1, got a run up off 2, and then dive bombed it going into 3. And that's experience, and that's a great driver.
And that lap there, Jeff Gordon was 0.3 of a second faster than the leader, Denny Hamlin.
Marty
Bill, just a reminder, these Hendrick crew chiefs have a fill-in crew chiefs have a way of winning their first ever race. Remember Randy Dorton won with Terry Labonte. Remember Brian Weitzel won with Jeff Gordon at Martinsville, and Darian Grubb with Jimmy Johnson at Daytona. Could Jeff Mandering pull off his first ever win in his debut as a fill-in crew chief for Jeff Gordon?
Jeff's going to do everything he can to make that happen.
Well, he's got to get to him first. He's got only 4 laps to do it.
Gordon's last win here came in August of 1998. His 3 victories at this track.
Tell you what, Jeff gets in the turn 3 really good. He makes up a little bit of time on the 11 car getting into 3. But Denny Hamlin is getting off the corners pretty strong right there.
Denny's getting through the middle of the corner and off of 4 up here. Fantastic. I mean, his car is still hooked up even with the 2-tire change.
Less than 3 laps to go.
It always amazes me on those 2-tire deals and 4-tire deals. I always think 4 tires is going to wind up being better.
Denny Hamlin took 2 tires on his last pit stop for track position. Gordon took 4. 2 laps to go. Boy, looks like Gordon's closed in a little bit.
Well, Gordon's driving it. There's no question about it. He's driving it in. He's trying to make up as much time as he can. Hamlin's just, you know, he's running his line. He's running smooth, and there's no pressure right there. So the best thing to do is not look in your mirror right now if you're Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, just keep running his line. But you see Jeff drive in. Jeff drifts up a little bit in the middle, diamonds the corner, stands in the gas, and drives it straight up off. But this is the last lap right here, man.
White flag in the air. Leader has it.
One more time.
Jeff Gordon doing everything he can to try and get to Denny Hamlin. Hamlin's last win 32 races ago, won both Pocono events last season.
This is going to be good in 3.
You're about 1. You can do it.
Gordon right on the bumper.
Oh, Hamlin slipped just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Oh, Gordon looked to the inside, couldn't get there. Hamlin gets loose. They charge to the line. Denny Hamlin wins. 2 tires before.
Hell yeah. Damn. Good job, Mike.
Oh. Kurt Busch in the wall.
And that's in turn 4.
Coming to the checker.
Right.
He has not crossed the start-finish line yet.
Well, lost a lot of positions there.
I tell you what, Denny did a great job. He drove down in that corner, and Jeff drove in behind him, and you could tell he peeked in the mirror just a little bit and jumped on the gas. And when he jumped on the gas, that thing jumped around on him. But I'm telling you, man, he drove a great race. That was a great call by Mike Ford. I'm going to give that team a lot of credit for making this gutsy call.